Well, howdy everybody. Are you ready? Think you can paint this thing and make it nice? It's already nice. Well, it's gonna get better, I guess. Yeah, we're painting in the somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Where are we gonna start? Well, last time we started with this color, and because I thought that it was this color, this one was way more green, and so it blended in way too well with the other green, so I wasn't really ever excuse me, happy about that. I wanted this to be the base color. Kind of gives that Desert Storm look, kind of. So we're gonna do this. You can see, man, I got everything kind of taped up, whatever I don't want to get paint all over. You know, man, if I paint it back here, it's just gonna rub off on my clothes. And over here, these the feet are rubber, man, and it took days for the other paint to dry on top of the rubber. Well, learned a lesson. Don't paint the rubber. I mean, it did eventually dry, but of course, you know, man, it goes against everything. That's what the gun rests on most of the time. So why paint it? It's all gonna rub off anyways. Ain't gonna look bad. Ain't gonna change anything. One thing I do have to deal with today is the wind. I always pick windy days to paint. I don't know why. I don't have to paint today, but I think I can wing it. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna start on the bottom side and get everything I can get. That way I can lay it down, like I can put it back like this, and then we can go painting all the rest of it. I've sort of made a plan, I think, but normally plans fail, and that's that. I gotta do it now. I can shoot it again soon. Excuse me. So yeah, be sure don't wash your hands before painting. You can just touch your thing that you're gonna paint with dirty fingers and dirty everything. Yeah, man, you don't want to get actual dirt on it. I did not take a lot of precaution this time. I had cleaned it not long ago with some alcohol. That probably doesn't mean anything at this point, but you know what, man? This Krylon's going to stick to it just fine. And if it starts rubbing off, well, we can put more. See, just like it did here. See, that was my first coat of primer. I do see something I want to wipe off if I can. And you can see the blue underneath it. So, man, this stuff comes off pretty quick. No big deal. It's supposed to. It gives you something to do later on in life. Paint it again. Give it some more love. Honestly, didn't see this earlier. I don't know what it is. It looked kind of oily and wet, so. And then while you're doing stuff like this, you make sure that you drop it everywhere and beat on it. So when you're done, your scope doesn't work anymore. I'm going to give you something else to do. So let's see what we can do in the wind. I don't really know how to touch it so that I don't get paint all over me. But I think I'm going to get paint all over me. I can cruise around. A lot of nooks and crannies in that bipod. Kind of want to be careful. Don't try and put all the paint in there. It will run everywhere. Just kind of aim it and give it a couple shots if you can. Man, if it runs a little bit, I don't think mostly no one's ever gonna notice unless you've got drips. Drips are different. I got a funny story to tell. A long time ago, the boss's dad got a girlfriend. Nah, I can't tell that joke. Them guys, I don't know if they'll take it so lightly. Anyway, man, some dudes got. I gave it away at this point. The boss asked the guys, go paint this lady's trailer. Wow. They did. And it was red when they were done, just like everybody wanted, so I guess that was fine. However, the paint had dried like stalagmites. Stalactites? I couldn't believe what I had seen. It's comical. And that will happen when you go to try and put too much, too fast. That stuff will run right off. So my best advice is just actually try and put as little as you can while getting coverage. Especially in these hard to get to places, man. You can't, and then you gotta, if you're trying to get it in a crack somewhere and you ain't paying attention to the other parts, wow, you done messed up. So, I'm not a professional painter by any means. However, I have done my share of messing up. So I know how to tell people how not to mess up, kind of. Of course, like I just said, I don't know what I'm doing. Camouflage is easy. You just spray a bunch of colors on there and call it a day and go, look, camouflage. If you wear glasses, paint will come off of your glasses. But try not to shoot it back in your own face. I'm spraying my hands pretty good. That'll make Andrea nice and happy. Hope I'm not painting the dad's car. Well, it's not going to turn out real well. He didn't ask me to paint it. Especially when you want to go to paint these plastic parts, be careful. It is not soaking in anywhere. Like wood, man, it starts immediately trying to get into the grains. You squirt this stuff on plastic, it ain't got nowhere to go. So very, very light. Me trying to battle this wind is hurting me right now. It blows this way and then it blows that way. So you can always go back when you're looking around, man, you're seeing stuff. Doesn't matter if it's already started to dry a little bit, just put some more on there. I got fingerprints in it. You're never gonna see them, man. It's gonna cover up with paint. It's gonna be fine. Right in here. Hope I feel comfortable. I don't know if y'all are gonna get to hang out for the other colors. I may have to hold out for a second. Most of the time you can lay other colors right on top, man. Especially camouflage, it just don't matter. I'm probably getting way too picky saying we're gonna put 3 more colors on here, but I'm trying to get a good base coat on there, man. I ain't gonna. Oh, the trick's just gonna beat it. This thing stay upright. I'm afraid that if I go to trying to put the other colors on there way too quick, I'm gonna pile up more wet paint, and then you start getting your runs. But seeing as how I just got to do stripes pretty much with the other paint, and I may be able to get away with it. I wasn't really taking all that into consideration, trying to get up in here under the scope and on top of there, because then you're just spraying and praying, I guess. Kind of a good analogy for it. Well, I said, man, you ain't got to get it heavy. You do want paint on it. That is the goal. However, you don't want stalactites. In case anybody or any of y'all are listening from the great state of Texas, just got me an extra batch of puppies. So if any of y'all wants a channel dog, I'll get you one. It's a lot easier to paint a $35 scope than it is a $200 scope. lie. Figures I'd be painting today. I got to practice pressure washing today on a parking lot. That's a good way to get some practice. And just like Bob Ross will tell you, man, after man, your creation's coming along, and if you have to, man, you can just add you a little tree, right? Happy little tree right over there. Pretty humid out here. I am a wee bit worried about being able to bring it in the house or being able to touch it to get it in the house. I didn't plug the end of my cap. I don't think it would really pose any kind of a problem. And that's why you got paper towels handy, so you can fix stuff in a hurry. So I got something to talk about a little bit. I guess I'm pretty sure that everybody's seen it. I don't know if you've experimented with it or not. And that would be super glue and baking soda. That stuff works. Watch you I don't know, man, there's 10,000 TikToks and 20,000 YouTubes, and I'm sure it's even on Instagram. And you can see people using it. And I'm here to say that that is real. Fall off the table here. I was very surprised. I had to use it. I used it in here, and it looks worse now than it did before I started painting. But man, I fixed the stock to the receiver. It was really jiggly, and I hated it. And it couldn't fly like that. And you know, man, later on I can cut that stuff out if I really have to get in there and remove something. No big deal. I think I used it somewhere else. Oh yeah. After a couple shots, my end cap would kind of come loose, and I debated a bunch of things about that. Whether or not it got red Loctite, or if I needed to be able to get in there later, or what I was gonna do. I just glued it on there. And it's holding up really good. That looks horrible though. That looks like I welded it. This back here looks like somebody with a month more experience welded it. It's way easy. Use the, if you attempt the super glue trick, what you really want to do, what you don't want to do is use super glued gel. Don't do that. And that's where I messed up. I just thought I had super glue on my hand, and I went, and I put it in there, and it looked horrible. And I was like, oh no, that's gel. Oh well. And I just sprinkled some baking soda on there, man, and it hardens up faster than anything, and it's strong. I haven't been exactly nice to this job right there, and it has not come loose. So I don't know how it does it or why it does it, or I guess it's just like an extra thing for it to bind to. On kind of a macro scale, I would guess. All right, man, well, let's put a color on here, I guess. After we use this one, we'll see if I even want to put that on there at all, because that's way more of the same color, but man, this didn't work either. So, however, these two are different colors. It's not going to be very subtle change. Let's see. Do I do the same mimic on the other side and make it all even, or that's what I did on the last one. It looked really good. Well, that's what I attempted on the last one. You know, it is kind of funny. This normally you would want to camouflage your rifle to match your terrain. I don't really know if this is our terrain or not. I mean, this color does match the caliche, I guess, a little bit. Man, it's really gray out around here, and especially during the winter time. Man, it's gray around here. Looks like we're gonna go right there. Save that up. There. Like that. Comes over the scope. Something like that. What are these? What would you call this? Racing stripes? Wasn't planning to be the race gun. Color guns are pretty slow, in fact. Alright, that doesn't already look pretty cool. I'm digging that. So now what? Where do I put this brown? Oh, or do I? I don't know. But you know what, guys? Before I make this run along too long, I'm gonna cut it off. Y'all get the idea. Man, we're already at 25 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. But there you go, man. I'm painting it. I'll after I'm done, I'll throw up some pictures on the old community tab, and then you'll see it in the next video when we get to shoot it. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Love y'all. Have a good night, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.